Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
What are you people doing in my living room? So tonight, due to an overwhelming majority of the vote, we'll be watching John Wayne. By the way, Lucy, I hope you're doing well. Hello, Howard.
Hello, everyone. I was getting my drink and didn't realize what time it was.
We had all kinds of trees and limbs coming down around here yesterday, but nothing right at me.
That was us Friday. And we did have a tornado warning.
Yeah, we had that too.
And of course, I don't take cover. I go outside to see what the hell's going on.
What's Finkel's problem?
Well,
He's a master. He didn't have no warnings.
I think Finkel's biggest problem, he just doesn't take my advice, which is
shut up in your face. Shut up in your face.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna watch tonight or not, depending on what you play.
If it's not porn, he's not watching, he said.
well,
If
there's
it's not
spanking,
boobies, right?
there's spanking in it.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
it might be good enough.
That should be good enough for him. He likes that.
Isn't the spanking at the end of it, though?
Yeah, I think pretty much, yeah. Well, it gives him something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the whole thing to wait for his porn, I guess.
Hello to Nerdy and hello to Howard.
And Lucy.
Is Lucy there? Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, at 1:45 she was.
I had to scroll up. Yeah, she was in here earlier, before it just started, I guess. Same thing. Laughy face, shaky hand, whatever. Wave hand, slap in the face hand. They all work. Yeah, we didn't get no warnings out here. But we got like crazy rains, like torrential rains yesterday on and off. Ridiculous. Like in 2 minutes, like this is the rain.
Well, the funny thing is, this Friday we had the storms.
Well, we
same
had the
ones
high
that-
wind, the
Yeah.
crazy winds. We had that. Yeah.
We had the same storms that went through the St. Louis area. And then
Oh, okay.
yesterday morning, I wake up to snow.
Oh, no, we don't got that. It's nice out. It's what? It's 40 right now, but we got in the 50s, I think, today.
We got in the 50s today. We're supposed to be halfway decent tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're supposed to have more thunderstorms, followed by snow overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get that. The cold and the hot mixing together will create these storms.
Yeah, it's springtime.
Or Hitler.
It's Donald Trump's fault. You know that, right?
Okay.
Yep. And every asshole that voted for him, that's their fault.
Is that because he took away all the funding for seed
I
clouding?
don't know what he's done. It's not a problem with him taking funding away. It's the problem of the way he goes about it. That's where the problem is.
Right. I'll agree with you there.
He got way too many cojones. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at shit before you do it. Just don't go out and do shit, and then try to go back and fix some of the shit you done just messed up. Oh, we needed those people working. Well, we didn't know that. I just fired them all, or laid them off, or whatever.
Well, I
We'll
think
call him back.
I think part of his
They'll figure it
problem
out.
is he has no idea what he did
I don't care.
because he just says, Elon, you guys just go off and do it. And
Well,
I
and
don't
then
know how it works.
they call him back and say they've got to report back to work, and a lot of them are like, no, because I don't know if I'm going to turn around and get laid off again tomorrow.
Again, right.
yeah,
They
and
can't
then
make you
try
go
to
back.
try to say that it's illegal not to go back after you've been fired.
Yeah.
Where's that written in the Constitution that it's illegal? Don't nobody got to do nothing.
By the way, I would like to complain to the manager.
Ariel?
He's an asshole. He's an asshole too.
Nerdy has been singularly unsupportive of my bid to apply to America's Got Talent.
I didn't see it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She called me a goofball.
Well, she got
God.
part of it. It might be the goofy part, but yeah.
Show me on the doll where Nerdy hurt your feelings.
Oh, he has feelings? He don't have feelings.
Well,
He's a
that's why he's
tyrant. Tyrants
complaining.
don't have feelings.
Oh, I did have something good happen to me today, though. When I watched Spider's latest video, Todd named me on his enemies list.
Awesome. You're on a great list.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I was right there next to Finkel and just below the Hill Pirates and people like that. So
Was
I think
I on that list?
no, I don't. Because women are beneath notice.
Yeah, unless you're saying that they're Mossad and
Yeah.
Well, let me
Sneaky
let me
squirrel
say
shit.
something. The list isn't that big, right? And there's only like 4 or 5 names. 2 more
Oh.
names, And he's gonna be on his tippy toes writing the rest of the stuff. I have no idea.
And by the way, I do think it should be illegal to schedule a noon show for Wednesday and make people think it's supposed to be today.
That should be illegal. You know, sometimes we go on StreamYard and we see that and we read it wrong. He's like, what is going on here? And then you got to look at it twice.
That's what I saw last night. It said, Finkel at noon. And I go look at noon. It's not starting. And I see it says, April 40th or whatever it is.
Yeah, he put it in at noon, right? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That shit confuses you sometimes.
Okay, so let me see, what can I complain about Howard about?
Your lights went out? Maybe they didn't get them on fast enough for you. I don't know. Maybe those strips weren't real. I don't know.
Oh, they were good.
They look good.
They
I
did
don't know if
look
they were
good.
better than my octopus.
Did everybody have their corned beef and cabbage today?
Yeah,
No, I had a soup. It's my granddaughter's birthday, so happy birthday to her.
I don't partake. I don't mind corned beef all that much with some brown mustard on, but I don't like cooked cabbage, so why bother?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
It's my brother's birthday today, too.
Oh, well, happy birthday to your brother. Awesome.
My niece next door was yesterday.
Is your brother 25 also?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
My best friend from college, her brother and I were born the exact same day and year.
Huh.
Yeah, I only know one person here that's born the same day as me. She'll be I think she'll be 90 this year.
So pretty much the same.
Pretty much. I mean, she moves better than me. I had tacos.
So I did new. I haven't had tacos in a long time.
Oh, I made some tacos. I had them for like 3 days in a row. I made like 2 pounds of it, 2-3 pounds.
But
I don't know. I did have some.
I did have some nachos, so that's close.
Yeah, close enough. I had soft tacos though.
Here I did a new song today, Earl. It's just 1 minute long. I think you'll enjoy it. Why does it always take so long for those tabs to go back and forth? Special message from Lieutenant Starbuck.
Well, Commander, the real problem.
You say it is illegal to boycott a car, I say frack you. You say veterans don't deserve their jobs, I say frack you. You say brown people are criminals, poor people are thieves, Soldiers are suckers and teachers can't teach. I say shut your stupid mouth and here's a great big frack you. You inherited your wealth. You do not understand working people. You are a liar and a cheat. Your mental strength is feeble. So from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my ancestors, I spit in your face and shout for all to hear, frack you!
That is, of course, about Finkel.
Listen,
Mhm.
I bullshit you not. Did you record GS's voice and use that for that song? Because it sounds like him. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was like you recorded something from him and turned it into a song.
I've heard him sing, and he's not nearly that good.
Okay. Another thing. I don't know if anyone ever sent you a video for the Muxter dance or if anyone ever won, but I do understand why you mad at Donald Trump. It's because in that video of the Asshole song, right? He had the Muxter down better than you. Just saying, at the end.
Yeah, but he has to do it standing up. I can do it in a chair, so
Oh, wow.
it takes more skill.
I did watch the video again today. It was good.
Actually,
Did a good job with it.
what did I inserted that dance into something else. I can't remember what that video was. Oh, that's what it was, my AGT video.
Also, the song, the production on the song is pretty good too. The song itself was good.
Which one?
The Asshole song.
Yeah.
If you voted for Trump, and if you're listening to this song, guess what?
Oh,
You're an asshole.
I actually forgot about that one. I
That's
wasn't.
the one I'm talking. That's the one I'm
Yeah, I
talking
like-
about him dancing.
Yeah, I liked the song. I wasn't real happy with the video production. It was like okay, but could have been better.
No, the video came out great, man. No, it was good, bro. I wouldn't have done. I don't have patience, bro. I've learned that shit takes too damn long to make, man.
Nerdy said her favorite part was the ending credits.
Yeah. Yeah, Howard, that's that sounds kind of cool. Like my nephew would wake up in the morning, right, and he'd get cereal and start eating it, and he just pop open a can of pop. It's not even it's just sitting out there, warm, and just drink it while he's eating his cereal. And I'm like, really? Okay.
It's really, isn't that like the most white guy thing ever to choose a Mexican holiday that has to do with mayonnaise?
Well, the thing is that really Cinco de Mayo is for Americans and not for Mexicans.
I know.
Because we've turned that into a holiday for ourselves. Really, we really have. All that was a battle of a war that they had. It's not even their. That's not even their independence, man. That's not their Independence Day. I think it's in September.
Yeah, I think I saw one time where there was like one town that celebrated it, and that's like where the battle was or something.
Yeah, it's just a day for bars to sell a lot of damn beer.
Like I said, white people saw mayo and went, "Oh, okay."
The Muxter Muck. There you go.
Who invited him?
I don't know, but he is the voice of reason. So I got to go along with it. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. So did St. Patrick's get rid of all the snakes in Ireland?
I saw
I
a
watched
meme.
that thing. Finkel put out that little video with all the people talking. It was like a little group of people. We do this every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's from that Canadian show that he watches.
Oh. Okay.
I saw a meme today. It said St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland. It shows him there wearing like a bishop's outfit and car full of snakes, and they're like going, "Are we there yet? I feel car sick. Are we gonna get something to eat?"
Is he driving the United States?
Gary just said his wife is a rummy. I don't think that's very nice.
Yeah, I don't think Rummy likes him anyways. We all know Miss Rummy.
I'm guessing Carrie's wife is more of a bourbon gal anyway. Oh well. Well, unless anybody has any objections, I guess I'll hit the button.
Go right ahead.
As well.
Which, by the way, we talked about how like companies keeping up
Order
with
in
the
the court.
copyrights.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think John Wayne's heirs would have made sure that his productions were all kept current?
Yeah, this was probably done before he even passed away, dude. Remember, it was different back then. So
Well, but I mean, this is from like 63 or something, and
yeah,
they could have extended it for a full 95 years. I don't know.
somebody slept on it.
Love in the country where skies are blue. All you'll be dreaming of are the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees till you're up to your knees in love. There's a tree house in the meadow below the mountain peak. The perfect place for lovers when they play hide and seek. There's a covered bridge at Crippled Brick where the horses always stop. Between the treehouse and the covered bridge, that's how Mom and Pop I make love in the country where skies are blue. All you'll be dreaming of are the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees till you're up to your knees in love. There are roses on the trellis and the scent of new mown hay. The clinging vine is jealous on the fence across the way. There's a great big yellow moon above and a breeze to sing a song. Between the roses and the yellow, a fella can't go wrong if he makes love in the country where skies are blue. All you'll be dreaming of are the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees till you're up to your knees in love.
to goodness. Not again. Howdy, Drago.
Morning, Curly.
Makes 7 times this month he come home swoggles.
6.
7?
6. Once was his birthday. That don't count. Give me my bucket. Didn't have anything for breakfast but 2 raw eggs and a mug of honey.
No.
Curly,
Yes, boss.
don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you. Get out of here, Bunyan. Good morning.
Morning.
Carlos, what are you doing up there?
I hope I get it this time, Mr. McClintock. My brothers, they got the big hats already.
All right, let them have at it. Get over it.
Did you let me drive? You promised me you would sometime.
No, yeah.
Boss, you better watch that turn onto the road. You're gonna kill both of us one of these days.
Thank you, Mr. Boss.
You got cattle in the back, boss.
Yeah. Give it up. Yeah. Keep 'em going. 15 cents a pound all the way to Kansas City. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, boss, there's one old pensioner I wished you'd pass up.
Bunny?
Yeah.
Knew where I'd seen his face before.
He's an old timer. He's just been around town a couple of years.
Oh, you have no milk of human kindness.
Morning, Mr. McClintock.
Morning, Bunny.
Well, I can see you're in good health.
Never felt better. Contrary to what you may hear.
Me, my kidneys ain't what they used to be, and my liver's been leaving me billies.
Drago?
Yeah.
Hello, Ben.
Hey, McClintock.
Drago, throw that in the buggy.
Yes, sir. The scrubby bunch of Sooners, huh?
They are at that.
That ought to make Douglas happy, lining his pockets with land fees.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know what you're gonna do, Ben. Me, I do nothing.
They
200
copyrighted
families.
you.
Quarter of beef a week for family. They last.
They copyrighted
What?
us. Yep.
Well, it came from the free site.
It says stream unavailable on YouTube.
Oh, fuckers.
Hold on. Let me catch up here.
Uh,
Yep. Bastards. You're going to have to fight that one, Muxer.
Unless it was the YouTube themselves that struck you.
Yeah, I think they got it wrong.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be
Yeah.
public access.
Start another one. Sometimes I watch on YouTube, but I was watching over here, so I didn't see it, but Nikki caught it.
I actually was
It
checking
does.
emails and just happened to click on the YouTube tab.
It says streaming available right there. It's blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I didn't test any of these. And I
Oh.
downloaded from that site because I thought, oh, well, they're coming from that site.
Yeah, we should be able to use them. That's why I gave you that. That's all public domain. What do you mean you can't use that?
Well, we're still connected though, because we still have 7 watching.
I just wrote to them bastards.
Oh, okay. We're back on. We're back on
no.
YouTube.
Mother suckers. That movie came from public domain, folks. I don't know why they copyright striked us, but they're not supposed to.
Let me see.
You got it right, Howard.
Talk amongst yourselves.
No, I know a lot of people wanted to watch the John Wayne movie because I know a lot of people have been asking.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that these stupid asses that work for it's either that or it's the AI that doesn't know.
Right.
Because AI isn't really that smart. It is, but
What am I looking for?
you want to come up, Money? Are we gonna drop the link or?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
I mean, I could have did it. I don't even know
I
what
got
I'm
it.
talking about. There it is.
But to pin it, I have to sign in as the channel.
You did it in YouTube,
I
right?
did it in YouTube, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I
But
see your name there. Otherwise, right.
But to actually pin it, I have to go sign in as the channel. It won't let me pin it.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, you know what? I was going to test something else, but I did that. I did test that Errol Flynn Western in Buccaneers.
Yeah,
And
I
it
do have a
wasn't
Sherlock Holmes, but forget about it. They'll probably knock us off of Sherlock Holmes too, man.
Yeah.
I do have it saved though. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you want to. But all these movies come from public domain, and we're able to use them. Anyone can use them at any time. They're free. They have no copyrights on them.
Hi, Money.
What's going on, Money?
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Ariel, really, I just noticed what you put under your name.
Yeah, because someone changed. Someone wrote I was a bitch or something. I don't know if it was Mouse the other day or what. I never paid attention to that. And I came in early, and I saw my name. There you try and talk now. You went on and off. I came in early, and I saw my name was changed. So then I came. It could be any of these pranksters. It could have been Finko. It could have been the guy up there on top. It could have been somebody else too. But
Yeah, it's probably Nikki.
No, Nikki doesn't do that. Only time Nikki does that is when we're actually live.
Yes, Howard. So did you like My new, make it big. Maybe everyone can see it better. Use my bitch.
Use my bitch. No, I silenced the group chat and forgot to turn
All right,
it
man.
back
That's
on.
cool. We couldn't hear you, but that's all right, bro. We'll probably catch you next time. I don't know what happened. I did see the mic come on and off a couple times, but we couldn't hear you. You gonna try this other one then?
Yeah, well, this one, I played the whole thing on Buccaneers and it never got anything, so.
Yeah, well, let's do this one.
See what happens.
William Pender. Here. Charles Sawtell. Here. Jeb Stewart. Yep. George Custer. Yep. George Pickett. Here. Robert Holliday. Yep. James Longstreet. Yep. Carl Rader. Yep. Philip Sheridan. Yep. John Hood.
Hey, Jeff, take a look at this saddle sore. You think that's serious enough to report?
I don't know, George, but I'm certainly going to report mine.
You boys can have the cavalry. Me, I'm going to apply for the infantry. Tired of playing housemaid to a temperamental mare.
That's the first good news your horse has ever heard. Go on, Gertrude, kiss him.
Devil. Steady, boy. You weren't so hard-headed you wouldn't hurt your mouth.
I told you before we started you had that curb chain on too tight. It's not the first time you've cut his tongue.
You ever try putting a curb on your tongue?
No. Nobody else ever tried it.
I suppose it takes one of you Southerners to handle a horse.
Well, at least we know how to harness them.
You know how to harness Negroes down south, too, I hear. With a strap
the hate
across
for?
their back.
Come on. When are you going to take a punch at him? Too close to graduation. Besides, if I've waited 4 years, I guess I can wait another week.
The breaking up of the American Union, as it now exists, is the basis of my plan. And that destruction must be made upon the issue of Negro slavery and on no other. The Union must then be reorganized on the great principle of emancipation. This object is vast in its compass, terrifying in its prospects, but sublime and beautiful in its issue. A life devoted to it would be nobly spent or sacrificed. If the federal government and its constitution are opposed to my way of thinking, the fault is not mine, but theirs, and I shall continue to oppose them with every means and every weapon at my disposal.
Who wrote that inflammatory rot?
A wise man by the name of John Brown.
Where'd you get it?
That's my business. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it.
You meant it for me, didn't you?
Take it any way you like.
Sure, he meant it for you. He tried that abolition stuff on me till he found out I came from Kansas.
Never mind, Bob. Come on, Jeb. Let's turn in. There's no regulation against a cadet having his own ideas. But there is one against spreading treasonable policies.
You find the truth hard to take.
Listen, Raider. I know the truth of this problem far better than you do. The South will settle it in its own time and in its own way. But not through the propaganda of renegades like this John Brown or any of his followers.
You mean that renegade line to include me?
Look up your oath of allegiance and answer that for yourself.
I'll answer that right here and now. I've taken a lot from you Southern snobs. For 50 years now, you've been watering your precious family trees with the sweat of Negro slaves, piling up wealth and snobbery until now you think you own the government and the army. And anybody who disagrees with you is a lying renegade, a rabble-rousing traitor. Well, you get this from me, Stewart. And all you other Mason-Dixon plutocrats. The time is coming when the rest of us are going to wipe you and your kind off the face of the earth.
Jim, don't be a fool. No, let them fight it out.
Hold it, Raider.
I've been aware that a disturbing force has been active among the regiment of cadets. The exact nature of this subversive campaign and the persons responsible for it have not been fully known to us until this moment. Stewart, by every rule of the Academy, you should be discharged from the service. And your associates are no less guilty for their part in this outrageous affair.
Colonel Lee, any blame in this matter is entirely upon me. It's my sole responsibility, sir.
That's not quite true, sir. It was my fault.
We're all equally responsible, sir.
That's right, sir.
That's right, sir.
If I believed that you were guilty alone, Stewart, I should have sent for you alone. As for you, Custer, and the rest of you, you must be taught that lying to protect a friend is sometimes an extremely dangerous practice. I'm not so greatly concerned about the fight itself as I am about its cause. All 7 of you men violated the first sin of military conduct, the traffic and violent exchange of political ideas, which are not the affairs of an American soldier. You must be punished, and punished severely. I shall request of the War Department upon your graduation next week that all of you be assigned to the most dangerous branch of the United States Army. The 2nd United States Cavalry, now stationed at Fort Leavenworth in the Kansas Territory. That's all, gentlemen. You're dismissed. Now send for Cadet Raider.
How can you beat that? Fort Leavenworth, suicide station. Kansas and the Santa Fe Trail. What a piece of luck.
That's it, and the cavalry, active duty, promotion. Why, we'll all be generals while the rest of these fellows are still shaping.
Oh, that's desolate country, Jeb. Nothing grows in Kansas but trouble.
What are you talking about? I grew up out there, didn't I?
I suppose he's not.
Yeah, wait till I get you boys out there. Man alive, that's my stamping ground.
Well, hey! Here's my Come on.
These pamphlets were found in your quarters. Dozens of them. Together with a letter written by a member of the Abolitionist Party, instructing you to distribute them among those cadets who appeared to be sympathetic to their cause. How long has this undercover activity of yours been going on?
Long enough.
Very clever idea of your fellow conspirators to plant an agent in our midst. Your dishonorable discharge will be drawn up at once, and you'll be given until sundown to remove yourself and your personal belongings from the limits of West Point.
Good. And you can tell Mr. Stewart from me that he'd be smart to stay in the Army, right in the middle of it from now on.
Cadet William Q., Ohio. Cadet Martin Evans, Ohio. Cadet Armour Marlowe, New Jersey. Cadet George Custer, Ohio. Cadet James Longstreet, South Carolina. Cadet Philip Sheridan, New York. Cadet J.E.B. Stewart, Virginia. Cadet John Hood, Kentucky. Cadet Robert Holliday, Kansas Territory. Cadet Jason Wood, Virginia. Cadet George Pickett, Virginia.
My sister Kit. Thought 2 years in Boston would make a lady out of you.
So did I. It just popped out.
Cadet William Keel, Ohio. Cadet Robert Davis, New Jersey.
It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce the Secretary of War of the United States of America, the Honorable Jefferson Davis.
Officers and gentlemen of the class of 1854, their welcome guests and their very proud families, I'll not keep you separated very long, as I myself once sat in your place and endured an interminable address by a very tiresome general. But as the Secretary of War of this nation, I have a serious obligation towards each new officer of the Army before he enters into active service. And that obligation is to make clear and definite his responsibility to his government. We are a new nation among the powers of the world. Just 80 years ago, we were fighting desperately for our freedom, and we're still fighting to keep it. We are not yet a wealthy nation, except in spirit, and that unity of spirit is our greatest strength. You men have but one duty, one alone, America. With your unswerving loyalty and the grace of God, our nation shall have no fears for the future, and your lives will have been spent in the noblest of all causes, the defense of the rights of man.
Yeah, it's a shame this tea kettle of yours doesn't go any further.
What for? There ain't nothing to go to.
There's half a nation out there, Cap. Someday I'll build a real railroad to open it up clear to Santa Fe.
For a man who made a fortune out of horses, you sure got a heap to learn.
Hey, Cap, tell the boys to speed it up a little, will you? The last time I had to get out and help them chop wood for the engine.
Well, the first time you rode with me, I had to change your diapers. Hey, Cap, where am I going? Looks like you're going to Hades. Just wanted to know.
Bob's been telling us about that railroad to Santa Fe so long now, Mr. Holliday. Surprised to learn it hasn't even been built.
Well, that's not our fault, Stuart. You can't build a railroad over blood-soaked ground like Kansas. Decent settlers won't use it. We're losing thousands of pioneers to the Oregon Trail. They circle right around us.
We heard about the raid at Osawatomie last week. What is the true situation out here, sir?
Well, Kansas is a territory and not a state. We're ready to join the Union, but the big question is whether we'll go in as a slave state or as a free state. On one side is most of Kansas pro-slavers, people who came from the South. On the other side are the abolitionists, led by John Brown and his sons. Between those two elements, they've made Kansas a boiling pot of rebellion and massacres. That's why the Army sent you boys out here to Fort Leavenworth.
See, suicide station. It's quite an honor. Excuse me, will you, sir?
Surely.
You know, the first time I saw you at the graduation, I thought of what Napoleon said when he first met Josephine.
What was that?
He said, I never knew this savage land they call America could breed such perfect beauty in mortal form.
Thank you. That's a lovely line.
Yes, isn't it? George has been using it for years, haven't you, George? I wish I could think of nice things like that to say. You wouldn't like what I'm thinking now. You were going to tell me something more about Kansas. Yes, what do you do on Saturday nights for fun here?
Well, as I remember, half of Leavenworth takes a bath and the other half gets drunk. And since there are only 2 bathtubs in town, things get kind of exciting around midnight.
Kid!
By the way, how'd they ever come to name you Kit Carson Holliday?
Well, Mr. Carson and my dad were very good friends, and they were so sure I was going to be a boy that they named me before I was born.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm certainly glad they were wrong. Me too. Me too.
Me too.
Hey, conductor. Yeah? What are you going to do about that? About what? I'll tend to that. Hey, I thought I told you them Negroes had a right in the last coach.
Their tickets give them the right to ride wherever they please.
Now, I don't want any trouble with you, mister.
And you better leave us alone.
Well, I don't know what this country's coming to. Tickets?
Stop shaking, Hannah. There's nothing to worry about. We're only a half an hour from the border.
If we don't hurry, they'll be across the border. All right, go ahead. Where are you taking the Negroes?
What business is that of yours?
We're asking the questions. Are they free or bond?
Here are the papers. You can see for yourself.
Yeah, that might mean something if we didn't know who you are. Now, don't you make a move. We're taking you and them off of this train while they're still in Missouri. Now, come on, get up, all of you.
There's the trouble. Negro slaves. He was trying to sneak them across the state line. I'll get that murdering Jayhawk over this if I have to hang for it. Who was it? Oliver Brown, one of John Brown's scurvy litter.
Better than a doornail. Come on, you gay-eyed greenhorns. Give me a hand. There ain't no use spoiling the carpet. Come on, get him out of the way. Come on, Jim. Now, don't get excited, everybody. Sit down, please.
This is what they mean when they call it bloody Kansas. There'll never be any peace along the Santa Fe Trail while John Brown or any of his followers are alive. This is the present terminal. I propose to come down here to Wichita, then along here across the Arkansas River, along the Cimarron River over here to Las Vegas. then on into Santa Fe. Now, that'll be our first section of track from Leavenworth to Wichita, right over the trail.
How soon do you figure to start?
Well, the men back east say they're ready to put up the money as soon as we can prove that a railroad through Kansas is safe and will pay. Yes, kid?
Where did you put the loading list?
List? Gosh, I clean forgot to make one out.
That's great. 98 tons of freight ready to roll and no orders for loading. How'd you run this business while I was away?
That's why I sent you away, to show you what a skirt was. Look at your clothes. Look at the grease on your nose. What would your friends in Boston think of you now?
Frankly, Dad, I don't much care. If you're going to keep your nose in a paper railway, I better keep mine in the family affairs. Tex! Wendy! Tex! Where are those ornery customers? What do they think they're getting paid for? Tex!
Why didn't you tell me? Getting jealous, huh? Well, I didn't even see Lily when I said goodbye to her.
Oh, now, don't start lying to me, you double-crossing buzzard. I know you didn't buy that there looking glass to see your own ugly mug.
I suppose you're figuring on wearing that female cinching belt. Wait till Lily sees what you brung her. She'll brain you if it ain't physical impossible.
Why, you ignorant.
Tex! Hey, you two! Where in the name... Will you come here?
Hello, Miss Kip.
Hello, nothing. Are you gentlemen of leisure by any chance interested in employment?
We lost our watch.
Yeah, we didn't have no idea of time.
I ought to give you both your time and throw you out. Where in town have you been?
Well, you see, we had to buy these knickknacks. Well, we sort of got a gal in Santa Fe, Lily,
Hofstadter, and what do you mean we? I'm engaged to her.
Well, who ain't?
You setting up housekeeping in Santa Fe, or is this just gilding the lily?
Oh, she wanted us to fetch her one of them fancy French looking glasses. Ain't it pretty?
What's your answer to that, Tex?
What are you laughing at, you long-eared jackasses?
Go on, get to work, both of you. Go on, jump to it.
You better hide that thing or start wearing it.
I'm going to put you new officers straight from the start. This is Fort Leavenworth and not West Point. You were sent here to man a frontier garrison. 3 of the officers you're supposed to be replacing are buried back of the hill in the little military cemetery. The other 4 haven't been found yet. The Regiment of Mounted Rifles has only one job, to keep the peace in Kansas. And we're here alone. There's no other fort between us and Santa Fe. And we're proud of that responsibility. We've got a tough reputation in the Army, but they respect us in the West. See that it stays that way.
Order of the day. Lieutenants Longstreet and Holliday, take B Troop and put them through close order drill. Lieutenants Stewart and Custer will take 8 men as an escort for the freight caravan, leaving at noon for New Mexico.
Draw the usual supplies and report to me for final orders.
Say, will you keep all those cases of Bibles near the tailboard? They're only going a short haul.
We sure will.
Let's go.
Convoy ready, sir. We're ready if you are.
Good. I hope you have a nice, quiet trip. On any other kind, I'll lose money.
Oh, we'll try and save you that. We'll see you in 6 weeks, sir, with luck.
Just keep your eyes open, boys, and move fast. You'll like the scenery, but don't trust it.
Right. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, Stewart. Goodbye, Custer.
Corporal, detail 2 men to cover each wagon.
Yes, sir.
Phil, move all these barrels over there for the next load.
Well, hey, looks like we both got the same idea.
Looks that way. How are we going to work it?
Here. I've got an idea. Let's draw for it.
Fair enough.
Right.
I got the long one.
Hey, wait a minute. Where I come from, long man loses. Tough luck, old man. Here, hold my horse.
1 half hour, 1 seater, 7 and 8 is 15, 12 and 14 is Why, Joe, there's something missing.
Must be me. Hello.
Hello, what are you doing here?
Oh, playing nursemaid for those wagons. Should be the other way around.
Oh, the convoy. That's a silly idea, Dad. He thinks that man John Brown's behind every bush.
Well, it's not that I mind so much. It's being away from you for 6 weeks, just when we're getting started.
Started? Where?
Look, I've only got a few minutes left, so I've got to be fast.
You haven't been exactly slow for a couple of days. I've never seen such a pair of whirlwinds as you and George Custer.
Oh, George, poor old George. Well, never mind about him. Look, kid, I might as well tell you before I go. I'm completely crazy about you.
What?
No, wait a minute. Let me finish. I needn't warn you about army life. The pay's bad. I'd never be home. You'd probably be a widow in 2 weeks.
I see. Have you thought of any particular names for the children?
No, be serious, will you? This might be the most precious moment in our lives.
I hope not in these clothes.
Haven't you got any heart at all?
Yes, I have. And it's going to stay right where it is. I don't know a thing about you, Jeb Stewart. My brother thinks you're wonderful. But then he was dropped on his head when he was a baby.
Well, at least you'll let me kiss you goodbye, won't you?
Oh, well, it's quite an honor, but no thanks. I don't really deserve it.
Well, hello. Say, this is quite a surprise. The corporal's looking for you. Says it's very urgent.
I'll bet. Kit, we'll take this up later, right where we left off. Now, George, don't be long-winded.
Listen, Kit, we're due to leave in a minute now. There's something I've got to tell you. I'm head over heels in love with you.
George, you sound just like an echo.
Oh, Kit, pardon the interruption, George, man. Kit, there's something I forgot to ask you. Have I got any real competition?
How do you think any girl would answer a question like that?
Well, she tell me the truth.
Then you'd both be crazy.
Get going, you bullwhackers. Through desert heat and dust, your throats will soon be choking. Your head's about to bust.
No water when you're thirsty.
And all you get to eat is aromatic antelope and sun-baked buffalo meat.
We may not even live to get our pay.
But even if we don't get paid, there ain't no job we trade for hauling freight from state to state along the Santa Fe.
Hauling freight from state to state along the Santa Fe.
There's trouble riding with us all the way.
Did you think over what I said, Kit?
Every word. Take care of yourself, George.
Don't worry about that. Goodbye, darling.
There's trouble riding with us all the way. Although we sweat and fight and cuss, the only job for us is hauling freight from state to state along.
Make a little bet, Kid?
Sure, on what?
Those two boys? I'll give you 3 to 1. I can name the winner.
That's ridiculous. Which one do you want? I'll take that bet.
Good.
And to instruct all volunteers not to enter Kansas unequipped, nor to display their weapons to public view. Let that be understood beforehand. Warn them also...
Not so fast, Spot.
Warn them also that our plans must be known to ourselves alone. That they join me in the clear knowledge that all traitors to the cause must die, wherever caught and proven to be guilty. Tell them that we stand by one another while a drop of blood remains, that under no threats or pressure do we make confessions.
All right, that's our camp. I might as well tell you, when you get this far, you don't turn back.
You don't have to worry about us. We ain't the kind that quit.
That's fine to see you keep it that way. Save all of us a lot of unpleasantness.
You've been delayed. Was there trouble, Raider?
No, sir, we had to detour when we got to the border. I picked these new men up in Palmyra. Volunteer, sir. There are the credentials.
From Illinois. You've come a long way.
And we'll go the rest of it. We came here to fight slavers. The sooner the better.
That's good. We'll put you to work at once. Kit Spinner, look after these gentlemen.
Fine. This way, boys.
We've received the news we've been waiting for. We break camp, Raider.
Yes, sir. Let's start tearing down these tents now. Oliver. He's hurt.
I'm all right. Where's Spot?
What has happened to you? Where are the Negroes you were told to bring?
A couple of pro-slavers tried to grab us on the train. I shot one of them and jumped off.
You left 4 helpless people alone to save yourself.
I had to do it, Father. It was me or them.
You cowardly fool. In future, obey my instructions. We leave at once. All of you, down upon your knees. As once you sent the ravens to save Elijah, so now you have delivered into my hands the precious means of continuing thy holy work. The Lord our God is a great God, a mighty and a terrible, who regardeth not persons nor taketh reward. The Lord is a man of war. Thy right hand shall become glorious through power. Thy right hand, O God, shall dash in pieces the enemy.
Hey, Oscar! When we cross the river, you watch out for that wagon that's got my looking glass.
Hey, Tex, these horses are pretty tired. When are we going to make camp?
Oh, as soon as we cross the river, and then we'll be out of danger from both sides. You know, Lieutenant, I'm sure glad we're leaving civilization. It's getting too dangerous for a peace-loving man.
I run into some of them abolitionists once, but who's this feller John Brown that talks so much about?
Oh, as far as I know, he's just a dirty old windbag. In fact, he's just your type.
Either of you ever meet him?
No, but 2 of them fellas he killed at Osawatomie were friends of mine.
You mean Jim Doyle and Alan Wilkerson?
Yeah, and that's the reason I'd sure like to meet up with this here Mr. John Brown.
He's got no quarrel with people like you, Tex. You do much better to leave him alone.
I didn't count me in anyhow. Even if he ain't harmed no friends of mine, I sure hate to miss a good fight.
This is wrong, Father. We've never attacked a wagon train before. We aren't common highwaymen. You say we have a righteous cause, but this will bring the law down on us like a storm.
We recognize no law but the law of God. You will do as I command. Take your men back, Rayner. Wait for my signal. Howdy, strangers. Good morning. Are these Holiday's wagons? That's right, sir. My name is Smith, Jonathan Smith of Newton.
Well, what can we do for you?
I believe you are carrying some freight consigned to me.
Oh, it might be. Have you got something to show for it?
I have this receipt from the shipper.
Come a long way with an empty wagon, haven't you, Mr. Smith? Newton's about 100 miles from here.
My home is in Newton, sir, but my place of business is much closer to the trail.
Oh, I see. I thought your horses looked pretty fresh.
8 cases of Bibles. That's right. Come on, Wyndham, we'll unpack these Bibles for the parson.
Jason, bring up your wagon.
Get that cart down. I gotta get them Bibles unpacked for the parson.
That's a funny thing. I've seen that fellow somewhere. It's the way it seems to me. Isn't the kind of a face you'd forget in a hurry. No. Wait a minute. I know. In some magazine, The Atlantic, I think. Well, then he's either from Boston or he's a missionary. No, it's something else.
Been a lot of bad trouble over across the river lately, Mr. Smith. That murdering skunk John Brown's on the loose again. Better keep your eye peeled for him.
Thank you. We shall.
This stuff sure is heavy for Bibles.
How would you know? You ain't never even saw one.
Ah.
Just a minute. I'd like to see those Bibles.
There you are. Put your hands up and keep them up. You to make no move towards your gun. Bring up the other wagon. Now then, quickly with those other crates.
All right, get a move on there.
Only the ones marked Bibles.
Hey, Chip. Look. Our friend Raider.
Well, this is a surprise. And a commission in the cavalry, too, huh?
I see you've got the commission you were after.
You know these men, Raider?
Yes, sir, very well. This one, Stewart, comes from a rich slave-owning family in Virginia. He called you a lying renegade once, and I jumped him for it.
John Brown. Him?
John Brown? John Brown? I have nothing personal against you men, but I will deal harshly with any interference.
I might have known you'd wind up with this outfit.
Well, that's one of the troubles with the Army, Stewart. They don't teach you to think ahead. They do one smart thing. They teach you never to turn your back on an enemy without first making sure he's harmed.
Stop us. We'll not saddle ourselves with a killing just to satisfy your personal quarrels.
One more murder won't mark you any deeper than you are now, Mr. Brown.
I intend to be a marked man. Back to your horse, Raider. Back to your horses, all of you. I've given you fair warning. You can keep your heads or lose them as you wish. Move on.
In those cases, George.
What?
Contraband, rifles and ammunition.
Gosh, then we've been delivering Bibles with triggers on them.
Let's take a chance.
Everybody, take cover and open fire.
Dismount! Take cover!
Cover the wagons and move back. We mustn't lose any more men.
They're getting away.
No, they're not. We're going after them.
Hey, wait a minute. The outnumber is 3 to 1.
Well, if it makes you nervous, don't count them. Come on.
Everybody mount and follow me.
Everybody mount!
Come on, Shave Tail. Here's where I get your medal. Forward!
Get those wagons out of here! Come on! Quickly! Use your whip, Jason! Use your whip!
couldn't help it. I didn't do anything.
All right, son. Nobody's going to hurt you. Who are you?
Jason Brown.
Brown. You one of John Brown's sons?
Yes. Yes, but I never did anything. He made me go along. I never killed anyone, I swear it. I'm getting out. I'm quitting. You've got to take me with you.
All right. Bring a horse up, George. Bring up the horses. Have to carry him back. The boy's badly hurt. It's his father's madness really striking home now. Chev, there's a purpose behind that madness. One that can't easily be dismissed. George, you've seen the needle on a compass, haven't you? It's got a whole car to swing around in, but it always wobbles back to the north. What are you driving at? Just this. I've always known where your sympathies lay, but it never affected our friendship, and it never will. But it isn't our job to decide who's right and who's wrong about slavery, any more than it is John Brown's. I guess you're right, Jim. I'm sorry.
That's more doggone fun than I've had since we got hemmed up with them engines.
Yeah, well, the next time we shoot at a common enemy, you let me do the shooting.
Boy, my gullets as dry as a powder horn.
Here.
Get up! You busted Lily's looking glass. When she looks at herself in that, she'll think she's 100 years old. Or more.
Of course we're aware that firearms are contraband in Kansas. Do you think we'd have accepted those boxes as freight if we'd known what they actually contained?
Well, I'm just asking, that's all. Doesn't it seem strange to you that Dr. J. Boyce Russell, the most prominent religious leader in America, should be sending rifles marked as Bibles to John Brown?
How can I control the marking of crates? We once received 3 tons of gunpowder marked birdseed.
Well, then you'll have to examine every crate you haul.
What?
For all we know, this contraband may have been slipping through for months.
Jason, listen, son. You've got nothing to be afraid of if you'll be honest with us. Now, I want you to answer my question truthfully. Did your father ever mention this shipment of rifles when he discussed his plans?
Not to me. He never confided in me. Just Fred and Oliver.
Fred and Oliver?
My brothers.
Where are their headquarters?
I don't know where they went. They have a dozen places. I don't know.
All right, kid. Don't worry about it.
These guns are no mistake. Anyone with the best interests of Kansas at heart can tell you that.
No bandy-legged bushwhacking soldier can talk like that about the holidays. We've got as much interest in Kansas as the United States government, and a darn sight more investment. We were here before the Army came, and by Godfrey, we'll be here when you're gone. If you think you can...
Sir. Well, Stuart, what did you find?
Very little, sir. The boy's either too badly hurt or too frightened to talk.
We leave immediately. Have them sound assembly.
Yes, sir.
What was that you called me?
A gall-darn bandy-legged bushwhacker. Now go on.
He says he talks with God at night. But God doesn't tell people to kill one another, does he, miss? He's a good man in a lot of ways. But he's changed since Osawatomie. Those people he killed. They got down on their knees and begged him for their lives. And he struck them with a sword. Him and Rader and Kitzmiller. I was there. I saw it done. I tried to stop them, but they pushed me aside. That's how it was.
We're starting at once. I'll take the first troop west to Tecumseh. Stuart, you and Custer will take the first platoon of B Troop and search thoroughly from Clinton to Dutch Henry's Crossing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
These are your orders. Find John Brown and bring him back here, alive if possible. His force is well armed now and strong in numbers. We also suspect that new volunteers are drifting in from the east to join him. Be on the lookout for them as well. Retire to your respective troops.
What's that? They've caught some more of us.
No one's been caught, Jason. Not even you. You've committed no crime to be afraid of.
I'm sick of being afraid. I'm sick of hiding like a hunted thing. I want to walk free like other people.
You will, Jason. You're safe now.
No, I'm not. Not as long as he keeps killing and thinking that he's right. He can't be right, can he, miss?
I don't know. His reasons may be right, Jason. They may even be great and good reasons. But what your father is doing is wrong. Terribly wrong. And he'll keep on repeating that wrong as long as he lives.
Then I'll never be free of him until one of us is dead. I know that now. My life don't mean anything. But if he dies, maybe this whole scheme of his will die with him. I'd rather have it that way. His life. Even if he is my father, against many thousands. I'm gonna tell you where to find him.
Oh, Jason, I'm not trying to...
I'm gonna tell you anyway. In the house of Jubal Morgan, Palmyra. That's where they went. That's their headquarters. Tell the soldiers. It's better that way. His life against many thousands.
Jeb,
Hello, darling. How is he?
it's very serious. I left the doctor with him.
Poor little devil.
Jeb, he told me everything. The whole nightmare of his 15 years, even the place where his father is now. He said he wanted me to tell the soldiers.
Where?
Palmyra, at the house of a man named Shubal Morgan.
Shubal Morgan, Palmyra. I wonder if that's the truth.
Jeb, I'm frightened. That boy is crippled for life. And that man on the train, he died for a principle. And a man killed him for a principle. One of them is wrong, but which one?
Who knows the answer to that, kid? Everybody in America's trying to decide it.
Yes, by words in the East and by guns in the West. But one day the words will turn into guns. Oh, Jeb, can't it be stopped now? Can't the slaves be freed before it's too late?
It will be stopped when we hang John Brown. Then the South can settle our own problem without loss of pride at being forced into it by a bunch of fanatics.
Oh, Jeb, what has pride got to do with human lives?
Kid, the two things kind of come together down south. Can't pry them apart, not even with guns. I hope that's going to be the same way with us.
Uh-oh, that's me all over. Clumsy Custer. Or can I get into this, too?
Yeah. Sure. It's like you're in on it. Don't miss much, do you?
I've seen you work before, son. That's where I learned. There's credit one more to my account, kid. I like to let the interest accumulate. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, George.
Kid, don't be long, Jeb.
No.
Goodbye.
Kid, remember this, will you? I love you. Put that in your little bonnet and keep it there until I come back.
I'll remember.
Goodbye.
Hey, Lieutenant!
Hello, boys.
Hello, Lieutenant Jeb.
Say, I want you to keep an eye on Kid for me while we're gone, will you?
Heck no, we're going to hunt John Brown with you.
What?
Yeah, we come to join up. Who do we see?
A couple of flat-footed rumputs like you in the Army? Why, you'd get lost. Boys, you better go home and sleep it off. So long.
If you find John Brown, tell him.
We'll try to find him. Goodbye.
Kid, once when you were about this high, Tex Windy brought home a wolf cub with a broken back. You nursed it for weeks, but it finally died with its head in your lap. You cried for days, but it was just a wolf cub. would probably have grown up to be a killer like his father.
What has being flat-footed got to do with riding a horse?
Calling me a rumput's what hurt me. I ain't had a drink since noon.
All right, get the sledge. Sure is expensive salt pork, Mr. Morgan.
Not the way we get them. Look them over and stack them in the barn.
Yes, sir. This looks like the best shipment we've had yet.
Wonder what Rader's worked up about. Him and the old man been arguing for an hour.
Looks like another job for us if Raider thought of it.
West Point education's a wonderful thing. Yeah, if you can collect on it.
Yeah.
I signed up because you promised to pay me. Trained this rabble gang of yours to a solid, fast-moving unit of fighters. Taught them how to use these new rifles, how to follow orders, and take a town in army fashion. But I haven't received a red cent in 3 months. Now, what about it?
Mr. Rader, I enlisted you on the recommendation of friends in the East who said you would work for the cause. You've done your job well. I have no complaint up to now. But our plans are ahead of any personal greed. If you feel otherwise, you are free to get out. But you must decide here and now. I want only loyal men around me.
You've no argument with my loyalty. I proved that at Osawatomie and every other town we've raided. But you hired me as a military expert at a set price. Now, I'm only asking what's rightly due me.
And I say that you will receive it in time. Only let me think in peace. My son is a prisoner in the hands of our enemies. Even now, he may have a rope around his neck. An innocent boy who never fired a gun in anger in his life. While I stand here powerless to save him.
All right, I'll wait. Well, what's our next move?
The Bible has said an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Tomorrow at daybreak, we will destroy Delaware Crossing.
Well, the major sort of turned us down, too. But here we are, Lieutenant Jeb.
What do you mean trailing us halfway across Kansas?
We don't want you to get lost. You see, I know every wrinkle of this here country just like my own face.
Well, you're sure that's just as dirty? I've got a good mind to get a couple of mules and strap you on the back and send you home. A fine-looking pair of soldiers you make.
Well, all we need is some of them pants and a cap. And then, of course, if some soldiers just our size gets killed, why...
All right, get back to the end of the column. Go on before I get that mule.
We don't have to obey no orders.
Since we ain't in the army.
But we will.
Yeah.
Wait till Kid hears about this. She'll skin him alive. That's if they got any skin left. Who did this?
John Brown.
How many men did he have with him?
Around 100, maybe more.
How long since he left?
3, 4 hours. We lost count of time.
Well, you're the man that had the run-in with one of the Browns on the train. Is this in revenge for that?
Yes. We're free staters here. Brown always knew we'd get him someday, if he didn't get us first.
Well, I'll leave you some men to help you bury your dead. They'll see you back to Leavenworth.
We don't want any help. This is our fight. We don't want you or nobody else to finish it. I'm going to take care of John Brown myself.
Get on your way, soldier. We got work to do.
I know how you men must feel about this. But my orders are to break up all armed forces. Yours, John Brown's, or anyone else's. I'm sorry, but if you organize under arms, I won't be able to draw a line between you.
That suits us, if it's got to be.
What did you find out, Kitzmiller?
A troop of cavalry from Fort Leavenworth are headed this way.
Ignorant fools. Jubal, we're moving camp. Round up all your men. Get the wagons ready to roll. Just food and ammunition. We're traveling light and moving fast.
What about the Negroes? We can't take all of them.
We're not taking any of them. My children, the hour of deliverance I promised you has come. I am leaving Kansas now to continue God's holy work. For Gideon took 10 men of his servants and did as God had said unto him. And it was so that he did it by night. And when the men of the wicked city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down.
Please, Captain Brown, what did that mean? What you gonna do with us?
Means that you are free, the first of many millions to whom I shall give freedom from slavery.
Does just saying so make us free? How we gonna live? Get food and shelter?
There are many good people in Kansas who will give you work and protection. From now on, you must fend for yourselves, as other free men do. My work here is done.
Praise God. Glory, bless God, we's free. The captain done kept his word. We's free. We's free. We's free.
You know, if John Brown has 100 men, we'd better send a runner back and bring up the rest of the troop.
Better do it tonight. I'm going into Palmyra, George.
You alone? Don't be crazy, Jeb. That town's full of jayhawkers. They'd shoot you on sight.
Well, I'll have to take a chance on that. I'm going to get some other clothes, take a couple of men, and go in and do some scouting. I'll try to send you back word.
Good luck.
Say, do you two fellas still want to join the Army?
Huh?
I've got a job for you. There's no picnic. It's pretty dangerous, but I think you're the fellas for it. What do you say?
You mean we're going to have a real cap and a uniform?
Uh-huh.
Well, we might have to be buried in them, but it sure sounds like a deal.
The law's got nothing to do with it. We came here to join John Brown because he's a leader and a fighter. The whole thing's going to be settled right here in Kansas. We came here to fight slavers, didn't we? The only way to fight them is with guns.
They sure give you a good looking over in this here man's town.
Yeah, I feel just like I was taking a bath in a bathtub without no sides on it.
The only kind of a tub you ever was in.
Say, who could I talk to in this kind of a town without arousing suspicion?
The town barber.
That's right. Anytime a barber can't talk to a stranger, he's liable to go crazy.
Town barber. Hmm? That's it.
Howdy, boys.
Howdy.
Pretty good-looking horse for this part of the world.
Yeah. Kansas is all right for men and dogs, but it's pretty hard on women and horses. Say, look at that brand.
That's an army horse.
Maybe just bought him from someone.
Oh, they don't sell them. Nobody rides that brand but a soldier. You keep your eye on him till I get back.
You still got that creepy feeling about this place?
I don't know whether it's that or these here chiggers, but something's creeping over me.
Why don't you scratch and see if it goes away?
Yeah, I reckon that is all it was.
Say, I got it now. We was on the same train a couple of months ago when that fella got killed.
You probably got me mixed up with somebody else.
No, sirree. I never forget a face. Although I was a little drunk at the time.
Well, they are. Fella you saw probably had two faces. Been in Palmyra long?
Oh, just a couple of weeks. This ain't no time for barbers. The fellas that ain't trying to hide their faces for some reason or other are too mean to spend the money.
Yes, I've heard you've got some pretty tough customers here.
Tough, say. I'm afraid to shave half of them. I'm afraid they'll get up and cut my throat.
Say, did you ever run across this famous, what's his name, John Brown?
Sure, he came in here once. Strange-looking man with a hemp mark on his throat.
Hemp mark? What's that?
Oh, it's an old barber superstition. A little red line that runs all the way around here. Anybody born with that mark is bound to be hung.
That's so. Say, I haven't got one, have I?
Not yet. Maybe.
Well, well.
Keep your hand away. Get it. This was quite an idea, Stewart. You're coming in alone first to look around? Or is this one of your agents?
I ain't never laid eyes on him before. I swear it. I don't know him from Adam.
What were you up to?
Well, it's your move. You figure it out.
My next move is plain enough. Didn't they teach us how to handle spies when we caught them red-handed?
Same treatment for renegades, wasn't it?
When you catch them. This will make you quite a hero, Stewart. The class of '54 will turn out in a body for your funeral. They may even hang your picture in the West Point Library.
There's worse places to hang.
Get him out of here, Red, or we're wasting time.
Just having a last few words with an old classmate of mine. And I had them coming to me. Come on, get up. We're gonna give you a good look at what you came to see. We can't afford to take chances, sir. He was sent here as a spy. It's my advice to get rid of him.
Let's train up. And right away. Wait for it. What did you hope to achieve by coming alone to Palmyra?
The Army has orders from Washington to bring you to trial. I hope that if I came face to face with you first, a lot of unnecessary bloodshed might be avoided for your men and mine.
Were you innocent enough to think that I would surrender myself to you without a fight?
I hope that you might consider yourself innocent enough to do that. Half of the people in America believe in your theory. A lot of them even condone your methods. That'll guarantee you a public trial.
Fool. I'm not on trial, but the nation itself. Are you too stupid and blinded by a uniform to see what I see? A dark and evil curse laying all over this land. A carnal sin against God. Can only be wiped out in blood.
But why in blood? The people of Virginia have considered a resolution to abolish slavery for a long time. They sense that it's a moral wrong. And the rest of the South will follow Virginia's example. All they ask is time.
Time. Time? For 30 years, I've waited for the South to cleanse its soul of this crime. Since childhood, I have been possessed of the fire of correcting this wrong. I tried peaceful agitation. As God is my witness, I tried. Peaceful means failed long ago. Now I shall force a decision by bringing both sides into armed conflict. Letters, words, talk. The time has ended for that. Strength and action I wanted now. Not a voice crying in the wilderness, but a David armed with the power and the glory.
David had a son, hadn't he?
Son? Yes, Absalom, who deserted his father and went over to the enemy. What are you trying to tell me, Stuart?
And Absalom died because he feared his father.
Jason is dead. So be it. My son has paid for the sins of this world with his life, as once did the Son of God. It shall not be in vain.
Whether you kill me or not, the army will crush you all in the end.
My advice to you is to find peace with your Maker.
Now the big one. Sit down. I never liked Barber's know-how. Now spill out, you little bitty rum weasel. I'll cut your throat. Where'd he go? I swear I don't know, boys. I think, well, they were taken out that way. Who took him? The three fellas. One of them was Oliver Brown. Do you see this razor? Well, I'm keeping it, and if you move a hair when we get back, I'm going to strap it on your liver and barbecue your carcass. Now, you stay where you are. Back east for me.
I called you all together as witnesses to hear my words. An enemy to the cause has entered our midst, stealthily and by night, with the purpose of planning our destruction. The hand that has never failed us has come once again to our protection. It's not with malice or revenge that we take this man's life, but in just retribution, as befits all enemies of mankind, all enemies of God.
Ready, sir.
nation now, him. You want to fight on, John? As long as breath is in me.
Sound the charge!
After them, George. Don't let them get away.
Load up!
Ouch, that's too tight, Mammy.
Don't tell me how to do this, boy. I've been wrapping white folks all my life. When they was babies, I wrapped one end, and when they growed up and took on too much corn liquor, then I wrapped t'other end.
Ah, then what made you leave home?
Well, old John Brown said he's going to give us freedom. But shuckins, if this here Kansas is freedom, then I ain't got no use for it. No, sir.
Me neither. I just want to get back home to Texas and set till kingdom come.
Dismount! Fall out!
Well, we had a nice ride. Both ways. Lost him, huh? He and a few others got away in the hills.
I think I hit one, Jeb. You ought to heard him holler.
Heard him holler, you jughead. That was me. You shot my hat off.
Well, it won't matter much. He's broken for good. From now on, he'll find every man's hand against him. Nothing will ever break the force of John Brown, Jeb. Not even death. Oh, you're wrong, George. He's finished. His force is broken forever.
Why hast thou afflicted thy servant, O Lord? Wherefore do I not find favor with thee? Why hast thou laid the weight of all this people upon me? Yes. This is a sign for which I have waited, O Lord. This is your command, the burning bush. Let there be no peace in all this land until we have revenged ourselves upon thine enemies. As once you smote the Philistines, smite now the fury of thy wrath upon these blind, misbegotten fools. And I shall be thy right hand. I, John Brown, shall be the sword of Jehovah.
Gentlemen, the beginning of the railroad to Santa Fe. These rails are going to stretch their way right across the old trail, right over Kansas, down into the territory of New Mexico. Someday we can tell our grandchildren that we opened the doors of America to the great Southwest. Won't we, kid?
You just built your railroad. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Yep, the end of John Brown was our beginning. Maybe it'll cost a lot more blood and grief, but it's going to be worth it.
Dad, can I ring the bell on the first train?
Yep, and blow the whistle. That'll be a day you can live for, kid.
Won't it?
Fill your glasses, fellows, and stand up in
was excellent. I didn't recognize the song. Where does it come from?
It's an old Army song, a farewell. These young men have all been promoted and are ordered back to Washington.
That's splendid.
You lucky devils, I had to wait 10 years for my captaincy, and I also followed tradition by proposing to my wife the same night.
Wouldn't you like some refreshment?
Yes, I would.
Splendid idea.
Well, I think I'll run down to the stable. Horse threw a shoe this morning. I'll see you later. I'll go with you. Maybe I can find it.
What did you have to go and lie for, telling the Major we was the best barbecuers along the Santa Fe Trail?
I just mentioned it sort of casual. How'd I know he's gonna take us up on it?
Wait till he starts eating this. He won't take us up, he'll take us up and out.
You think it's gonna be hard chewing, Tex?
Well, I don't know. I still got a hunch. We should have skinned it first.
We took the horns off of it, didn't we?
What is the captain's pay, Jeb? $38? 40. 40 a month. Say, that's enough to get... Go on, get what? Well, you know, this and that. What are you planning to do with your extra pay? Exactly the same thing as you are, son. Want to draw straws? Not this time. This means too much. Well, how are we going to handle it then? Take turns? I don't trust you southern boys in the moonlight. All right. Let's ask it together.
Hey! Wait a minute. What is this, you loot?
Come on, don't argue. Just come along and listen. There you are. George has got something to ask you, Kit. You have the floor, George. Well, I don't know just how to start, Kit, but there's an old Indian woman who hangs around the fort and tells people's fortunes. She's supposed to be a wonder at it, and, well,
Yes, George.
well, she said I'm going to get married soon to a very beautiful girl.
Did she, George? That's very nice.
Pretty slick opening remark. Kit, were you ever by any chance a blonde?
Why, no, not even as a baby.
Are you sure? This old woman's never been wrong before.
Absolutely sure.
Well, maybe she's still right. There's a whole lot of beautiful blondes in the world, George. Let's ask her.
Let's.
Wait a minute. Kit, are you in love with him and not with me?
I guess I am, George.
You're going to marry him? Oh, wait a minute. I can handle this proposal from now, son. Kit, you really mean that?
You haven't asked me anything yet.
I wonder if I said the wrong thing. Couldn't have been more perfect. Now, where's that Indian?
Yang tabajo ita, tamonya matam am dosi anak punya. Chuka, gamap chuka, Kanya.
What'd she say, Kit? You know the lingo.
She says that this is one of the last times we'll all of us be together as friends.
Now ask her something sensible. Who's going to be the first general?
When is tam when he guns?
Hama ko American matampo ang posible ju. Hama say the culture.
She says that one day you'll all be famous men, great in battle, but bitter enemies.
What? Pickett, Hood, Custer, Sheridan, Longstreet, and me, enemies? Now I know she's crazy.
Where'd you ever pick up this old figure, George?
I can tell better fortunes than that with tea leaves.
Well, we might as well get our money's worth. Ask her what we're going to fight about. Yeah, who's going to start it?
Weganesh wanji mi godwa.
Hama matak say culture MB mapisi armacha. Magia ka autumn kaja matram ofisi chuka mafia mapa.
What's this? Too ridiculous to tell?
She says the fight has already started. Somewhere in the east, a man is lighting a torch. Now, at this very moment, the two of us will help to kill him. But none of us can stop him.
Here's where I would attack first. The arsenal at Harper's Ferry. Give me only 100 good men, Dr. Russell. Well-armed and God-fearing men who believe in the cause. I will lead them through Virginia. Rouse the thousands of discontented slaves who will flock to join us. Then sweep down through the South, through the Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Then, with the entire nation in a state of chaos, we can dictate our own terms.
Have you considered the Army, Captain Brown? Surely they'll be after you in full force within a few hours after you first attack.
Let them come, Dr. Russell. Let them try to stop me. I've studied that country for years. It's full of good hiding places, natural forts where large forces of brave men can defy pursuit indefinitely. Mr. Rader will go ahead of us and scout the town.
Yes, sir.
With his knowledge of military methods and our great advantage of surprise, we can outwit the Army at every turn.
Captain Brown, this plan of yours is mad. Worse than mad. It's high treason.
Such a brazen attack would lead to civil war.
Exactly. That is exactly what I want.
Is it your wish, then, to destroy the Union?
My answer to that is yes. To the devil with the Union. We've got to fight sometime. It might as well be now. Gentlemen, I came here to Boston at great personal risk. There's a price on my head of $10,000, so my time is precious. You've given me much help and encouragement up to now. But all that we have done in Kansas and elsewhere will be wasted unless you see it through to the glorious end.
How much money will you need?
We now possess the guns, ammunition, pipes, a complete store of supplies. The place and the hour is set. Harper's Ferry, daybreak, Monday, October the 16th. We will strike with two forces, suddenly with complete surprise, and then move rapidly through Virginia. You men all know what will be demanded of you.
Yes, well, with you, Captain.
It's Rader. He made good time.
Well, what did you find? Speak up. Is anything wrong at Harper's Ferry?
No, the town itself won't be any trouble. There's a bridge of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad to be blocked, and we gotta cut that telegraph line to Washington.
What about the government arsenal?
It's guarded by only 2 men. Here, I made this rough map of the place.
Good. Excellent. This is precisely what I wanted. We must first take some hostages from the town. That'll prevent an attack by the civilians. Then we'll move directly on the arsenal.
Well, there's something else.
What?
I want to settle our account. Back in Kansas, you promised to pay me what's due when you got the money.
How dare you demand the settlement of a private matter? With the nation's hour of deliverance not 3 days off.
Well, that's putting the cart before the horse, isn't it? I've done a job for you nobody else could do.
So I was right at Palmyra. The cause itself means nothing to
I'm
me.
only holding you to your word.
Are you indeed? Have you forgotten so quickly my methods with disloyalty?
I haven't forgotten anything. But you've got the money to pay me and you can't afford not to.
Then add this to your memory. I haven't waited 30 years to bargain with a rogue at the final hour.
This is the kind of army life I like. Did you ever see me wolves?
I've heard of it, but this ain't no Santa Fe shakedown. Hold it. You in high society now. Come on.
May I have your invitations, please, gentlemen? What's them?
Them's them little white cards. We ain't got no invitations, Joe. Can't we get in on our uniform?
No, sir. Not unless you wants to go right out on them again. Oh, we're the fellows who cleaned up Kansas. Ain't you ever heard of us? Sorry, sir, but we don't need no cleaning. Good evening.
Hello, handsome. Oh, hi, Chip. My, you're a dream tonight. How's the party? I don't know. She hasn't come out yet. Who are you waiting for? Oh, a friend of mine. Promised me a surprise tonight. A night I'd remember the rest of my life. Yeah? You don't know any girl here but Kit, you know. I'm not talking. Maybe you don't rate quite as high as you think you do, Captain Stewart.
Hello, Kit. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Say, George was just telling me you promised him the biggest night of his life. Where do I come in?
You don't. I'm very fond of George.
Thank you, Kit.
I haven't told you this, but we have a deep understanding.
Wait a minute, Kit. Are you serious? What is this?
I'm going to take care of George for the rest of his life.
Kit!
That is, he's the man I think he is.
Oh, Kit, I have my faults. But I can be as faithful and loyal as any man that ever lived.
You'll soon see. Now wait here, both of you.
Tough luck, son. I guess we can't all have charm and good looks, too. Custer, I hope you're joking, or you're not going to have either. Oh, don't take it so hard. I mean, this is something that could happen to the public.
Charlotte, I want you to meet Captain Custer and Captain Stewart. This is Charlotte Davis. We were schoolmates together in Boston.
It's a pleasure, Miss Davis.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, yes, indeed. A great pleasure.
I've heard so much about you, Captain Custer.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, that is, well, that is,
Shall we dance, Jim?
Yes, of course. Who is she?
That's the blonde. The one that George was promised by old Sit in the Mud.
Oh, I see. Well, it's pretty nice. Don't you think?
Left wheel. Company. Halt. Present. Arms. Prepare to scoop.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. About face. Company forward. March. Eyes right. Right wheel.
Well, there I was, right out in the middle of Kansas, facing 500 crazy fanatics, heavily armed. And me with only 15 soldiers.
Heavens, Captain, how terrifying. What did you do?
I sized up the situation at a glance, dismounted, and walked straight toward him.
Not alone.
My dear young lady, there comes a time in every soldier's life when he must stand or fall alone. And if you knew the Army, you'd understand that he who hesitates is lost.
Oh, simply wonderful, Captain.
Oh, it was nothing, really.
Will you come and meet my father, Captain?
I'd be delighted. Is he in the government service?
Yes, but I think he'll lose his job in the next election.
Oh, that's too bad. Say, he should be in the Army. You know, politics don't bother us.
He'd rather go fishing anyway. Father.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello, Colonel Lee.
Hi, dear.
Father, I'd like you to meet Captain George Custer.
Oh, but of course I met the captain at West Point when he graduated, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Custer.
I'm fine, Colonel Lee.
We've heard good things about you. Congratulations.
Yes, the captain's just been telling me how he put down the trouble in Kansas by himself.
Splendid job, Palmer. Splendid. Wasn't there also a chap named Stewart, Jeb Stewart, connected with that campaign?
Stewart? Yes, sir. He was around. Shall we dance?
Left turn. About face. March.
Jim. Go away. You've danced with your sister once already.
I don't want her. I want you. Come on.
Here, you can't leave me stranded alone in the middle of a ballroom.
Quiet, spread. Phil, take over this detail, will you?
Oh, man. Are you drunk?
If I'm not, I ought to be. I've just seen enough to knock anybody down.
What are you talking about?
An old friend of yours is outside, and he asked me to bring you to him. It's real. I almost touched it.
What are you doing here?
I came to find you. I know what you think of me, Stewart, that I'm no good. Well, maybe you're right. But maybe I've got something to tell you that'll change your opinion.
You'll have a hard time doing that.
Suppose I told you that I left John Brown 3 hours ago with a well-armed force of men, not very many miles from where we're standing.
I'd say you were out of your mind.
All set to strike at Harper's Ferry on the Maryland-Virginia line sometime tonight. With reinforcements of over 1,200 men expected before daybreak from Pennsylvania. Brown plans to arouse the slaves. First in Virginia and then throughout the South in open rebellion. The telegraph wires will be cut and he'll block the railroad. And then at daybreak, they rush the arsenal. Take thousands of weapons with the idea of arming the Negroes. Well, that's the situation, gentlemen. Move for move. I don't know, you may be able to get there ahead of them, but if you do, you've got to move fast. Tonight.
It's fantastic. Our Secret Service has reported John Brown to be out of the country.
Well, I ought to know where he is. I've been with him every day and every mile since we left Kansas.
Then why have you informed on him?
Don't forget, Colonel, I was in the service once. I was young and I made a mistake. I didn't know that then, but I do now. I guess some of the things we learned at West Point stay on inside of us a lot deeper than we realize. Anyway, I couldn't stand by and see my country torn apart by a madman like Brown. I had to come here. This was something a lot bigger than myself.
Couldn't have been the size of the reward you'll get for turning him in, could it?
I said why I came here, and that's the truth. But I am entitled to any reward. I'm even willing to go back there and rejoin him tonight, just in case he gets suspicious or changes his plans. Now, what more proof do you want than that?
I believe him because it's too dangerous not to.
How soon can you start, Colonel?
We'll be ready to leave in an hour. The officers are all here.
Call them at once and proceed with all speed to Harper's Ferry.
You have your orders, Captain Stewart?
Yes,
sir. Jeff, what is it? What's happening?
John Brown. Get the little Davis girl to take you home, will you, darling?
But why? But...
I'm sorry, I can't explain now. No time. Try to keep the others calm. Tell them there's nothing to be excited about. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Score. You say no train is due until well after daybreak?
No, sir, not until 8 o'clock. I rode within 10 miles of Washington to make sure.
What kept you so long?
I had to take a side road both ways.
Schubel, Townsley, get your men, block the railroad bridge. We meet below the arsenal at daybreak. Kitzmiller, go to the town with 20 men and get the hostages. You know the ones?
Yes, sir.
Rest of you men, follow me. Your guns.
Captain, we got enough guns here to arm 1,000 men.
Plenty of powder and bullets. Stack those guns and ammunition near the door, ready to haul.
Hurry up, boys. Get them out there.
The men from Pennsylvania will be here within the hour.
This isn't an arsenal. It's a fortress. We could stand off the whole army here.
What about the prisoners, Captain?
What is the meaning of this outrage? Why have you broken into our homes and dragged us here? Who are you?
I am John Brown of Kansas.
John Brown?
You are prisoners of the provisional government of the United States. If the citizens of Harper's Ferry attempt any interference, I shall use you as I see fit. Otherwise, you will be peacefully released when we depart. We must adhere to our schedule to the precise minute. We will leave here at 10 o'clock. And by nightfall, we should be 35 miles into Virginia.
What about the men from Pennsylvania, sir?
If they're late in arriving, we cannot wait.
Wouldn't that be taking a long chance? No word of us can leak out until tomorrow, maybe even 2 or 3 days, and then we'd be 1,500 men. I don't see that there's any reason to hurry.
That sounds sensible.
I disagree. I'm anxious to get out of here, and time is our most valuable weapon.
You're in command, sir. But that's been the fatal mistake to many an expedition. My advice is to wait.
of them with old shotguns. We can clean them out in 5 minutes.
Idiots. Why do they fight us? Can't they understand? What is your name?
Brewer. If you value your life and those of your fellow townsmen, you will do as I say.
Yes.
Stop firing! You are endangering the lives of your friend.
John Brown promises that if we leave the arsenal in his hands, he will harm none of us.
No! Run down guard! We'll cover you! Quick!
Stupid cattle. Can't they understand we're here in a righteous cause? Their interests are also ours, the good of the whole nation. We'll leave a lesson at Harper's Ferry for the rest of the South to profit by. Wipe out those fools at the foot of the hill.
Take all the weapons and ammunition you can carry with speed. It's well past noon. We can wait no longer for the Pennsylvanians.
18 citizens of Harper's Ferry killed, 33 wounded by John Brown's invaders in open rebellion.
It's from the 2nd Force at Frederick, Maryland. The road to Harper's Ferry is blocked, unable to get through.
Jefferson Guards and the Winchesters under Lee's command passed through Upperville an hour ago. They will be the first to arrive at the ferry.
What are you watching, Raider?
The North Road, sir.
The North Road is over there. This is the Washington Turnpike.
Well, I thought our men might circle the town as
That was not their orders. Help with the wagons.
Yes, sir. Well, don't you think we ought to wait another half hour? It might be that...
Wait, you say. There's no cause to hurry. Wait.
Yes, sure I did. I thought we had time.
Stewart.
Yes, sir?
I want you to take this under a white flag to John Brown.
Right, sir.
There's to be no parley. Yes or no? If it's a refusal, wave your hat to us.
Right.
Hang on to this, will you?
Captain Brown, they're coming up the road with a flag of truce.
Kansas.
I am.
We've met before, I think.
And thanks to Mr. Rader, we now meet again.
This is Colonel Lee's formal demand for your surrender.
Once more, sir, you overrate your strength in supposing that I can be taken against my will.
That's your final answer?
It is. We prefer to die here.
Prepare to surround them. Take Troop B to the right of the gallop. Troop A to the left of the gallop. Troop C, draw your carbines. Dismount. Go. Come forward at a gallop.
up, kid. He was born for this.
I'm not crying for him, Jeb. I see something else up there. Something much more terrible than just one man.
Have you any last words, John Brown?
I am only walking as God foreordained I should walk. All my actions, even the follies leading to this disaster, were decreed to happen long ages before this world began. But I cannot remember a night so dark as to have hindered the coming day, or a storm so furious as to prevent the return of warm sunshine and the country at peace. I, John Brown, am now quite certain that the crimes of this guilty land can never be purged away but with blood. I let them hang me. I forgive them, and may God forgive them, for they know not what they do.
So perish all such enemies of the Union, all such foes of the human race.
To have given and pledged their troth each to the other, and have declared the same by giving and receiving a ring and by joining hands. I pronounce that they are man and wife, united forever with ties that no man shall break asunder, nor the years disturb, whose shining paths shall run together from this day hence unto eternity.
What a horrible person that John guy. Man, he even looked crazy. And that crazy stare.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said a lot of crazy things too. It was all right. What's Ronald Reagan doing in there? I thought he was president. What the heck? I kept seeing Ronald through the whole movie. I'm like, what is that? Ronald Reagan? I never watched his movie.
He wasn't president until after Lincoln.
Yeah. Well, he set him up. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
And he did get shot, too.
Yeah, that's right. Squeaky Fromme.
He get shot in his ass. Didn't it go through his intestines or something like that?
Might have.
I think so. No horses were injured in the filming of this movie. That boy was. I wonder if that's like a true story. You think that shit was true or based on something? Maybe?
Part of it. Robert E. Lee was the guy that
captured
him,
that.
And Jeb Stuart was there. I don't think Custer was anywhere around. That kind of, the way they put all those famous names in the same West Point class wasn't.
Right. It's just good for Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's what they do. It wasn't bad. For some reason, I kept waiting for John Wayne to come in. I don't know why. I was like, "Where's the Duke? Why isn't he?" Because he did like army movies too. But I was like, "Wait a second, that movie got taken out. We're not watching that." Yeah.
I can't figure out why it was called Santa Fe Trail, though.
Right, they're in Kansas, right? It was Kansas.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a trail that leads through there and it goes to Kansas. I have no idea, but yeah.
Probably just so people would know it was a Western.
Well, it is a Western, but an Army Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, bro. I've seen worse. Wasn't bad. The guys were funny. The two
Oh yeah.
The two roughnecks or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, who didn't even skin the cow.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man.
I was actually watching that and I thought, would they cook it in the skin? And then when the guy said something, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, well, at least we took the horns off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that, watching the tail flop, and I'm like, shouldn't they have skinned that? And then
yeah, no one's that dumb, but that's the comedy they put into it. Yeah, right wheel turn, left wheel turn. Hey, they turned out to be a help, so gotta have a little comedy in it with all the seriousness. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Underground Railroad. I know where I lived, it ended over there, but I don't know much about it. But they did mention it there, that it went through there. So
the town next to mine is an old house, like a great big mansion type place. And the cellar was one of the stops on the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, there's bunches of those around there. Yeah.
We have several in our area. We actually have a barn that has the it's not a window, but it's like a cross shape where if a lantern was put in it at night, you could see it.
Oh, okay, cool. I actually thought when I was a kid, I would hear that. I was like, oh, they had trains on the ground? No, that's not what it is. At least we got to see something.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing we got a backup. Bastards.
Yeah, I was going to test something else in Buccaneers, and then I saw, I already had that one in there, so
yeah.
I knew it was safe.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's the first movie. I've seen Harold Finn in something else, but in color, I think. I know I've seen him in something.
Oh, he was one of the Robin Hoods.
Oh, okay. Then that's where I've seen him. That's where I know him from. Men in Tights. That's right.
Yeah.
I know it's not that one, but same thing.
And he was kind of famous for playing pirates.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little hard to see his mustache. He had a mustache, but it's black and white, but I know he has a mustache. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Oh, I watched that movie. It's called Electric Something Monster. The sci-fi movie I was telling you.
Electric Boogaloo?
No. It's like a futuristic movie, but kind of starts in the 90s. And they bring in the robots and the AIs, and there's a war between humans and the robots, and then the humans win. They use these like headsets, and they have like you just sit in your house, you don't do nothing. The robot does everything for you. They can see your face in the screen. People just become lazy, and they let these machines do everything. And robots have been outlawed, and they got them living in. They made a peace treaty. They got them living out somewhere like in the desert somewhere. There's like a wall all the way around. That's where the robots live. If they catch them outside, I guess they kill them or whatever. Anyways, the only reason they were able to beat the robots because there's like this genius kid and they got him like in a coma. He's actually controlling the whole like computer thing. And his sister, it's the girl 11 from Stranger Things is in the movie, whatever her name is. Yeah, it's all right. Electric something. Electric, I don't know what. It's a Netflix movie.
Something like Mary something Brown.
Yeah, she's a Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Brown. Yeah, that's her last name. It's a Brown. So they got to use the robots to free the robots. And so they start this whole. Oh, the leader of the robots is Mr. Peanut, which is hilarious, man. It's a Mr. Peanut guy. And then before I watched the movie on Netflix, what's the first commercial they give? A Mr. Peanut commercial, of course. But then they try to sell you on the bullshit where, like robots are like humans. They have a life. Yeah, that's what they're pushing. But yeah, whatever.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay. Robot Lives Matter. Does it show her movie, the Electric something?
Well, I'm looking now. I looked up Stranger Things to get her.
It just come out. They just released it.
The Electric State.
That's it. That's it. Because the boy said if they ever died, even through the electricity, they could always live forever. So he could always be with her, whether he was present or not in the flesh. So somehow he put his consciousness inside of a robot and he went and got his sister. But they're trying to get his body back. They're trying to get back to his body. And I won't tell you no more, but that's what the whole movie's about. And the bad guy, I like him. He's I know his name, I just can't think of it at the moment, but he plays a good role.
Is it Chris Pratt?
No. Is Pratt in the movie?
Yeah,
that's him. He's helping. He's like a he goes into the zone that no one's supposed to go in and steals a whole bunch of shit, and then he like hawks it on the black market, which is all illegal. And she has to kind of hitchhike a ride with him without him knowing, and to get into that robot zone.
Do you know who the voice of Mr. Peanut was?
No.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah, was it? I had no idea.
Kurt Loder, wasn't he an MTV DJ or something? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like a lot of 80s, 90s type you'll hear like like I don't know if they actually just copy their voices and put them in, or there's the real people doing it in the movie. But you're gonna hear a lot of voices in the movie, like commercials or whatever. Yeah, hey, I know that. Yeah, he's one of the original DJs or VJs, whatever they call them.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. Nikki should know that. She watched MTV.
Yeah, I did.
I want my MTV.
That's
Did you know? You know, a lot of people don't know this, but at one time MTV played music.
They did. That's when I liked it.
Yeah, back when it first started.
You know whose fault it is for all these reality shows, right?
Yeah, Because what was the
MTV, because they're the ones that
what was
started
the
that
first?
shit.
Was it Real World or what was the
I think
first
it's
one they
to
did?
Real Life or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, they're the ones that started it.
Yeah, used to be nice that because they didn't have any commercials or anything. The only breaks they had in videos was the MTV News.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Kurt Loder did all that. They all switched back and forth into different
Yeah,
things.
and there was Downtown Julie Brown.
Yeah. That's the black one. Yeah. The other Julie
Yeah.
Brown.
The Real World was on MTV in 1992.
The Real World. Okay, yeah. That's where it
Wasn't
started.
one of them Nina something? Nina
Blackwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Nina Blackwood. She does I think she's on Sirius now. She's on something. She does some kind of podcast or something. Yeah.
And
what's the skinny chick with the black hair? The real skinny girl with the black
Martha
hair.
Quinn.
Yeah, Martha Quinn. Yeah.
And Mark something with the
black. Then there was the black guy. There was the guy with the big fro.
Mark Goodman.
Yeah.
And
black guy. I can't think of his name. The older guy.
Not Ed.
Morgan Freeman.
That's him. Because he plays everything, man. Kind of chubby guy. He wasn't really fat, but he was a big dude. Wasn't skinny. You know, MTV was a thing. Like when it first came out, it was like you couldn't believe, like, damn, you get to see all your favorite
yeah.
You know,
was
groups
it J.J.
and bands,
Jackson?
you know. Say it again.
J.J. Jackson.
That's him. JJ. Yeah. Yeah. You get to see these people, you know, because before, you know, you got maybe a little picture or something, but it was like they were there all the time. They would do interviews and everything. It was cool. It was the thing. Now you just type whatever.
Yeah.
You got it like on demand. It just the palm of your hand. Wasn't like that before.
Right.
They would put the concert dates up for the concerts. They would put up the release dates for the albums, all that crap. Somebody died, they would always announce it. That's where I saw Stevie when Stevie Ray died. That's the first time I heard it was on TV. I was watching. Said, yeah, I went down in that helicopter. And then they used to have I'm trying to think of the is it Headbangers Ball at night, late at night?
Yep.
Yeah. Like they would play videos on there that they wouldn't play them during the day. Like the real hard, all the hard, you know, head banging songs. I watched some pretty cool shit on there.
And they spun off VH1. It was kind of a
VH1 was
softer,
more poppy, like more like pop music and more softer, more for young adults and not really teens or I mean even young
unlike
adults.
MTV was FM and VH1 was AM.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You know, one is always better than the other, but depending on what you like.
Behind the music.
One was Don Imus and the other one was what's his name? Howard Stern. You pick it.
I liked MTV Unplugged.
Yeah, MTV Unplugged was very good.
This was kind of interesting where they'd like have Metallica on there and they'd be like all acoustic.
Yeah.
And
Stevie Ray did an Unplug. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
I always remember watching Eric Clapton
Yeah.
He did my
did one.
favorite version of Tears in Heaven on there.
Yeah. You know the story behind that song?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
But
Was he living in New York, or was he?
I think it was New York because it was like an upper floor apartment.
Yeah.
I guess that that's kind of the mark of an artist, to be able to take a pain like that and put it into the song or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the movie was good.
Yep.
It was.
Not bad at all for second choice. If Carrie hadn't screwed up the first one.
Yeah. Her fault going live or whatever he was talking about. But yeah.
Yeah. It's all his fault.
Well, we got to blame somebody. He did vote for Trump, so.
And that's right, Carrie. You're not done apologizing yet.
We give him a hard time because we can. Nobody else could do that to him.
That's right. Yes. Don't be fucking with our Mr. Carey.
That's right. That's
By
the
the way,
same thing. Only we're allowed to do that to Finkel. No one else.
Before you leave, Nikki, did you know this? I can't type.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was actually filed in January, in case people didn't know.
No, I couldn't see. I couldn't see anything because I was on YouTube. Like, what's going on here?
Waiting for something to come up in chat.
Yeah. No, I see it.
Yeah, it's amazing when you find out sometimes what people are really like.
It doesn't surprise me. I think things have been going on way longer than what you even know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even like before we met her, so just through the conversations and certain things that happen.
Right.
While we were talking to her, and some things that happen, I'm like, okay. Things that people say, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I know. Killen was on to a lot of that stuff way before.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but it's America. That's what people do, right?
I remember. I won't mention Nikki by name, but I remember she didn't like her from the beginning.
Nope.
Nikki doesn't like anyone.
No, I like some.
She likes Killing Time. It's the only reason she sticks with us, because she gets to see Killing Time once in a while. And there's that other guy that's a regular here that she tolerates. What's his name? Dirk something.
Yeah. Dirk something.
You ever call him a funny name like Dirk Bag or something? I don't know.
Dirk,
No.
Dirk the Jerk.
Dirk the Jerk, yeah. Hey, I have names like that for the person upstairs, and she's got names like that for me. But we're just playing around, you know.
Every time though I think of his real name, I always follow it up with Gently. Do you know Dirk Gently? He was I can't think of the name of the guy who wrote the books now. The guy who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, excellent movie.
He wrote a book called The Dirk Gently Detective Agency.
Oh.
The only Dirk I know is the basketball player.
Dirk Douglas?
No. I can't. It's Dirk something or something Dirk. I don't know.
Oh, I know who I was trying to. I kept thinking there was a famous one, an old movie starred Dirk Bogarde or something like that. Not Bogart, because that was Humphrey. Well, Humphrey was Bogart. Might have been Bogart, Dirk Bogarde. Anyway.
All righty, Nikki. You have yourself a good night.
Yep.
Yep.
There you guys go. Look at private chat.
Oh.
We'll see you. We'll see you on the YouTubes.
Actually, not really.
Yeah, that came up not working.
Really.
I see a name, but I don't know who this person is. Is that
Oh, all I got is a bad page thing. Let me hit reload and see if
hold on. I have something here. I'm not going to say anything, but
if it starts with G, that's a judge.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. I see judge.
You got to go to that next tab.
Oh, parties.
Yep.
Oh, that's TMI right there.
I can't. For some reason, mine isn't showing it.
Okay, but I don't know who these people are, but
Yeah, you do. You know the one.
I don't know these names. Man, who's born in 1979? That's a baby.
You give me a, type me in the, okay. I was just going to say, give me something to go.
I don't see that. I'll write in there what I see. Give me a second. Oh, now I see it. I'm looking at the wrong shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you got it right.
Okay.
I'm looking over to the right, and I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, BA and
Yeah.
GA, whatever. Yeah.
Is it what I just typed in there?
No.
Oh.
It's about the other one. I never thought to look for that.
Well, you know,
is that a thing?
I like to verify things when you hear them places, you know, that like that have a reason to lie or whatever.
Right.
The kind of thing that's like, no matter how I feel about somebody, I don't like to go off of fake news.
Right.
Hey, I don't hold anything against anybody. They're just human beings, bro. None of us are perfect.
Well, you know, my only thing with stuff is like hypocrisy.
That's fine.
I'll tell you a good example that has nothing to do with any of us, but going back in history, was Bill Clinton. You know, with all the stuff about Monica Lewinsky and how you had like all the Republicans up in arms and wanting to kick him out of office and stuff. And then meanwhile, a bunch of them were like sleeping with their secretaries and all that kind of crap. It's like, because I always said that, like, for me, what Clinton did, I think he's a lousy human being, but it had nothing to do with his job.
Right.
But
he just can't do it while he's doing his job. That was the problem. Yeah. I get it.
But it's like when you got those family value guys who are you know, pretending to be all, you know, religious and stuff, and then you find out they paid for their secretary's abortion, and or they.
My thing is I know who he was married to, so I don't blame the guy. I mean, if you was married to that witch, I mean, you do the same thing too. Just saying. And I really do think that their marriage is more of a convenience than anything else, but that's just me. That's why, that's why he does what he does.
I think, it probably started off as a real marriage, but I think
it may have.
After a while, it just became like a political union. Well,
that's basically what it was, a power thing,
Basically, like the guy that's living in that house now.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with Kennedy and Jackie O. I mean, there was so much shit going on. And you see, she went on with her life like nothing ever even happened, bro.
No, went out and found the guy richer than the Kennedys.
Mm-hmm.
Old, what was his name? Aristotle, I think, Onassis.
Yeah.
I looked in on Hill Pirates the other day, which I decided it's the last time I'm ever doing that. I forget how stupid Jeff is. But anyway, somebody asked Scotto what all those framed things are behind him, and he said it's his autograph collection. So I asked what some of his favorites were, and one of them he mentioned is he has Jackie Kennedy's autograph.
Oh, cool.
I imagine he probably got it off of eBay or someplace. I doubt if he was hanging out outside the White House and like, hey, Jackie, can I get your autograph?
Is this thing we can put any state in here?
No, this is just the one.
I know, but is there like?
Yeah, you can Google and do like
just court, just okay. Yeah,
state and records.
Yeah. Cool.
Why can you guys look that up and it won't come up on mine?
I don't know.
Maybe because they don't like you. I don't know. I have no idea. I see the whole thing though. And then we can track it too. So okay. And we can hear shit?
I don't know.
It says visual hearing room there.
Oh.
There is nothing at the moment. And you can track it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everything works out for everyone and doesn't become a shit show.
Well, my thing too with a lot of that kind of stuff is I feel bad for any kids involved.
Yeah, that's the ones that really lose out are the children always. Unless they do things right. And you can't be a hateful person and be telling the kids, like I'll just say some women, not all, and some guys, they'll be like, your mother's a whore, and the mom's like, well, your dad's a drunk, and you know what I mean? And it's your father, and that's it. Don't put the guy down. That's the dad. Listen, this is what I tell my kids. You decided to lay with that person. Now you have a child. Now you're bitching to me. Well, you should have thought about that before you got the trash. Just saying.
There's ways to keep it from happening.
I tell them that I never say shit to the kids about, your mothers or whatever. No.
Yeah.
I want them to love their mothers. I want them to love their daddies, even though, some of them belong in jail or whatever. But it is what it is, man. I don't get mad at
the thing I always think of is, with the few cases that were like close to me.
Yeah.
Is whoever, figure if there's like sides and whose side I'm on, I always say to them, you know what? Like, for instance, it's like the kid will figure out on his own who his mother is at some point,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they get old enough to actually know what's going on. I want for my granddaughter's mom to do good for herself, for her first.
Yeah.
That way she can do for her kids, because she's got that kid is already 13 years old. The other kids are young and they need their mother. And she has some issues. She needs to get help, and that's what I want. I don't put her down. I would never put her down.
Yeah.
But she's garbage right now. I'll tell you that she's garbage.
Yeah. And a lot of times too, neither person is really a bad person. It just didn't work.
No, they have some problems and they need to fix them. And until they don't get the proper help and get away from other lowlifes, your life is going to stay that way. And you can't blame no one else but yourself. I hate it because it's not, the child, again, the child's the one that suffers.
Yeah.
Tell my son, never, ever talk bad about that woman in front of your daughter's face. You don't do that. Again, you decided to have a child with her, deal with it. Still her mother. Now the other one, the other boys, oh Lord, talk about trash. That's worse than white trash right there. But
oh, hey, Kiwi.
She still deserves to be the mom. I don't take that away from her. She's a horrible person, though. Good Lord. What's going on, Kiwi?
Good timing, Kiwi. We're going off the air soon.
Right on time. No time's better than now. Yeah, he's out of whack anyways. His internet's don't work.
Mm-hmm.
He got that sheep internet.
Yeah.
Wool grows too thick and then, he gets a bad signal.
Yeah. Nikki's going to bed, so I'm going to hit the button.
I'm going to bed too. I got to wake this little animal up.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for being here, people.
Yeah. You have a
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time